What if the cameras we call future-ready today already feel outdated tomorrow? 2026 is shaping up to be that moment, where the rules of photography and filmmaking quietly get rewritten. And at the center of that shift is Nikon, a brand that's no longer interested in small upgrades or safe decisions. This isn't about megapixels alone. It's about strategy, positioning, and a silent power move that blends elite photography with cinema-grade thinking. If you care about where cameras are actually heading, not just specs on paper, this video is where the conversation starts. Let's get started. The upcoming Nikon Z7 III is rumored to come with a new, super high-resolution sensor. It might have a 61-plus megapixel FX format BSI CMOS sensor, which is a big upgrade from the 45.7 megapixel sensor in the old Z7. This means the Z7 III will capture more detail, making it perfect for photographers who need sharp images. However, it may not beat the image quality of medium-format cameras, like Fujifilm's GFX 100 RF, which is known for its stunning quality. The Z7 III will likely keep the same comfortable design with a 3.2-inch tilting touchscreen, dual SD card slots, and great wireless options for fast file sharing. While it might be a bit bigger than the Fujifilm GFX 100 RF, it will be built for professionals who need a tough, reliable camera. The Z7 III is rumored to have amazing image stabilization, IBIS, with up to 8 stops of correction, making it great for shooting in low light. For video, it might support 8K at 30 FPS and 4K at 60 FPS, plus professional features like ProRes RAW. With a 20 FPS burst speed and 493 autofocus points, it's shaping up to be fantastic for action shots and fast-moving subjects. The Nikon Z9 II is expected to have a strong, weather-resistant body, just like the original, with a built-in vertical grip that helps photographers hold it better during long shoots. Unlike Sony, which offers a smaller body with an optional grip, Nikon will keep the single-body design to attract users switching from DSLR to mirrorless. The camera will likely be made of reinforced magnesium alloy and have great weather protection. There might also be improvements in the touchscreen and button layout for better comfort. The Z9 II may feature a global shutter to reduce image distortion when shooting fast-moving subjects. It could have a 61-megapixel sensor and shoot at speeds of 120 frames per second with full autofocus. The camera may also offer better flash syncing and a high-resolution mode for capturing both speed and detail. For video, it's expected to shoot high-quality footage, including 8K, with better heat management and autofocus improvements. Additionally, it could use the new X-Speed 8 processor, making it faster and more efficient in processing images and videos. This will improve autofocus, data transfer, and overall performance, especially in fast action shots. The Nikon Z8 is a great camera, but it has some issues like short battery life and overheating during long use. There are also reports of problems with the lens lock. These challenges might affect how soon Nikon releases its next model, the Z80 II. Photographers hope Nikon fixes these problems and improves features like battery life, heat control, and autofocus for better performance. The Z8 II could have upgrades like longer recording times, faster processing, and better subject tracking, making it great for weddings and events. It might also offer smaller RAW file sizes, helping photographers save space while keeping quality high. Video features, like better audio and live streaming, could attract vloggers and videographers. Another improvement could be a lighter body, making the Z8 II easier to carry without losing durability. Nikon might also add smarter controls and faster wireless features for pros on the go. By solving these issues and adding useful features, the Z8 II could become a top choice for photographers and videographers, building on the strengths of the Z8 while keeping it user-friendly and reliable.
Let's be honest, the jack of all trades has often been a backhanded compliment in the camera world, implying a master of none. But the Nikon Z6 line has been steadily dismantling that notion, and the potential of a Z6 IV has us believing we might be on the cusp of perfection. This isn't just an upgrade, it feels like the culmination of a philosophy. We imagine it as that trusted weathered leather journal that somehow also contains a supercomputer, a tool that feels intuitive in your hands but is capable of anything you throw at it. The dream for the Z6 IV isn't necessarily about raw, flagship-breaking power. It's about flawless execution. We're yearning for a sensor that finds the sweet spot, perhaps nestled comfortably in the 30 to 33 megapixel range. This would be a significant leap from the Z6 III's 24 megapixel, offering that extra cropping latitude for landscape shooters and portrait photographers without plunging into the massive file sizes and potential low-light compromises of a 60 megapixel beast. It would be the perfect canvas, detailed enough for large prints but forgiving enough for a dimly lit reception hall. And for the love of all things cinematic, we're dreaming of a video suite that fully unlocks this sensor. We want oversampled 4K from 6K across all frame rates, with 10-bit 422 color as the standard. Toss in 4K 120p for buttery slow motion, and Nikon wouldn't just have a hybrid camera. They'd have the definitive tool for the independent filmmaker and the content creator who refuses to compromise. But specs are only half the story. The true excitement lies in the feel. We want the Z6 IV to inherit the Z6 III's stunning bright EVF and robust build, but with a few subtle refinements. An even more customizable interface, a battery that laughs in the face of a long shooting day, and an autofocus system that feels less like technology and more like a psychic connection. We're talking about AI that doesn't just recognize a human eye, but anticipates a subject's movement through a crowd, or maintains a lock on a pet's gaze as they dart through dappled forest light. The Z6 IV in our minds is the camera you grab when you have no idea what you're going to shoot, but you know you need to be ready for everything. It's the ultimate storyteller's sidekick, and its potential is what keeps us endlessly fascinated. Some legends never die, they just fade away, waiting for the right moment to return. In the Nikon world, that legend is the D500, and the phantom we all hope will carry its torch is the Nikon Z90. This camera inspires a different kind of excitement, one born of nostalgia, niche needs, and a fierce loyalty to the APS-C format. The Z90 isn't about being the biggest or the most powerful, it's about being the perfect specialist, and that specificity is what makes it so compelling. Our excitement for the Z90 is the excitement of the hunter. We envision a lightweight, lightning-fast body with a high-resolution APS-C sensor, perhaps 33 megapixels, paired with the same killer autofocus from the Z8. This combination is a dream for wildlife and sports photographers. That sensor effectively turns a relatively compact and affordable 400mm f/4.5 lens into a 600mm f/4.5 equivalent, offering incredible reach without requiring a Sherpa to carry it. The potential for in-body image stabilization, a first for a Nikon DX flagship, would make this setup deadly effective in the low light of a forest or at dawn. The Z90 represents agility and access, a camera that lets you get closer to the action, both physically and financially, than any full-frame counterpart. But the true thrill of the Z90 lies in what it represents: a commitment. We are excited by the possibility that Nikon hasn't forgotten its dedicated DX user base. The enthusiasts and pros who built their kits around the D500 and have been holding their breath for a true mirrorless successor. A powerful Z90 would signal that Nikon believes in a future where format is a choice, not a compromise. It would validate the patience of those who have clung to their beloved DSLRs, waiting for a mirrorless option worthy of an upgrade. The Z90 is more than a camera. It's a symbol. It's the promise that speed, reach, and affordability can coexist in a modern mirrorless package. It's the hope that a classic Nikon spirit is ready to be reborn, and that hope is a powerful, electrifying thing. The Nikon Z30 II represents a strategic and focused effort to capture a dominant share of the entry-level vlogging and content creation market by directly addressing the shortcomings of its predecessor. This model is expected to receive a significant processing upgrade to the Xpeed 7 engine, which will empower it with 4K 60 frames per second video recording, and most crucially, a vastly extended recording limit, potentially reaching 125 minutes. This enhancement specifically tackles the most significant criticism aimed at the original Z30. The feature set will be further augmented with capabilities tailored for modern creators, including real-time 60 frames per second streaming for platforms like YouTube and Twitch, 10-bit video output via HDMI for greater color grading flexibility, and a more advanced autofocus system capable of reliably tracking multiple subject types. Nikon will maintain the core philosophy of this line: a compact, lightweight body with a fully articulating touchscreen, a redesigned tally lamp for clear recording status, and a built-in microphone jack, all while intentionally omitting an electronic viewfinder to control costs and maintain focus on its video-centric audience. The Nikon ZF II will endeavor to refine the critically acclaimed formula of merging classic retro aesthetics with thoroughly modern performance, creating a camera that appeals as much to the heart as to the technical sensibilities. It is anticipated to inherit the core internals of the Z6 III, including the 24.5 megapixel, partially stacked CMOS sensor, which will provide it with vastly improved readout speeds, significantly reduced rolling shutter for video, and a more responsive overall feel. The major upgrade will likely be the inclusion of the next-generation X-Speed 8 processor, empowering it with enhanced video capabilities such as 6K 60p and 4K 120p aux recording, effectively transforming it into a potent hybrid tool for content creators. Its autofocus system will also see substantial gains, potentially adding specialized modes like avian subject detection to appeal to wildlife enthusiasts. The primary design challenge will be to seamlessly integrate these advanced features while preserving the classic tactile control scheme, with dedicated dials for shutter speed, ISO, and exposure compensation. That defines the ZF's nostalgic charm and user experience. Nikon Z4. The Nikon Z4 could represent the company's most disruptive product launch, a bold attempt to democratize full-frame photography by employing an aggressively minimalist design to drastically reduce cost. The strategy will hinge on using a proven and reliable 24-megapixel sensor while removing expensive components like an electronic viewfinder and potentially in-body image stabilization. This focused approach is engineered to achieve an unprecedented price point between $900 and $1,200, making it one of the most affordable new full-frame cameras ever released by a major manufacturer. It will retain the critical Z mount for full lens compatibility and offer capable 4K video recording, positioning it as the perfect gateway for smartphone users or entry-level photographers seeking the tangible benefits of a larger sensor, such as superior low-light performance and dynamic range, without the traditional financial barrier.
As we wrap things up, it's worth zooming out and looking at Nikon, not just as a camera maker, but as a company, and 2025 was a defining year for them. While the market around them continued to shrink, Nikon played a smarter, more disciplined game. Instead of chasing volume or jumping on every trend, they doubled down on high-value users, professionals, serious enthusiasts, and filmmakers who care about reliability over hype. 2025 showed a more confident Nikon. Their mirrorless lineup matured, the Z-mount ecosystem crossed a critical lens milestone, and most importantly, the Red acquisition stopped being just big news and started showing real strategic intent. Nikon didn't rush cinema features into consumer bodies just for marketing headlines. They laid the groundwork quietly, patiently, and with purpose. That kind of restraint is rare in an industry obsessed with spec wars. Financially, Nikon faced pressure, rising costs, global trade complications, and heavy R&D investments, but imaging remained its strongest pillar. More importantly, they proved they can still innovate without losing their identity. If 2025 was the year Nikon stabilized and recalibrated, then 2026 looks like the year they pressed the accelerator. And that makes the road ahead genuinely exciting. Thanks for watching.